Hello, it is 100 degrees, real feel of 115. Nobody's having any fun today. The only thing saving us is it's gonna get cooler. It's supposed to get, in the low 90s, if not going to 80 end of this week, and I think we're getting close to being done with pollination. So not only did it pollinate in some of the hottest weather we could have, we also had pretty good moisture. So was able to make it through. The stuff I've looked at has pollinated really well. This video, I'm going to walk you through what to look for when you're getting some burning on the leaves, firing up on the leaves, showing some nitrogen stress, and maybe running out a little early. How to look for disease and what we're seeing, and then also some storm damage we had up north. Had a pretty good storm, little tornado go through, pretty isolated area, but just a pretty good section of how it works and what kind of brittle damage we can have in those high wind storms and kind of the swirling that makes. It's not as bad as it looks. Usually it's pretty isolated, but we had some strips go through. This is a 108 to 113 day. 113 day on the Andros and 108 in the middle of the field. We are over by Parkersburg. They had a tornado come through. There's a bunch of trees down, a couple barns. But just wanted to show what kind of wind damage can happen from some of those swirling winds or straight line winds we got here. Obviously the wind came from the northwest, came right through here. And we got some green snap. Pretty low green snap, really. You can tell how hard the winds were. Usually you get the green snap right at the ear node. So right here. This is still green. This happened pretty recently, but when you get these low snaps at the node, it's always green snap. But the lower the snap is, the harder the winds, and you can see just very, very streaky. Came through here and then it's good for a while. If you go over a little ways, you still got a little bit, but it's very streaky as well. You see it come up through there. And then we just got some leaners here. These leaners will be fine. They'll come back up. You can see they already started going back up. They'll pollinate just fine. Likely won't see a whole lot of difference in the leaners compared to what even the good ones are that are still pretty much straight up. But one other thing I found in here is some pretty good disease pressure on the bottom here. Likely to started gray. I think there's also some northern corn leaf blight in there. Hard to tell from here. It is pretty straight and capped off like gray would be, but it's also starting to come together like northern corn leaf blight would be. But the good thing about that is it's all on the lower canopy of the ear, so we don't really have to worry about excuse me, until it gets up above the ear leaf or at the ear leaf. So still got some really good protection here from fungicide, but there is disease coming, and this won't help as well because obviously every puncture point you give it or infection point, the more risk there is for disease to come. But just some storm damage that I want everybody to see. Obviously we can't really expect the corn to stand up to a tornado when it took out 100-year-old oak trees and took barns down, but just to show you that Golden Harvest is out in the fields, checking your fields, following up on their hybrids, and always there to serve you. So if you've had some storm damage or you think you might have some, let your Golden Harvest sales rep or agronomist know. We can get our drone out, take a good look, and then get out and try to help you out and make it right for you. Yeah, I'm back in the field here by Grinnell. This is planted 5-5. I would have thought this was a little farther along, to be honest. Still got quite a few silks that have a lot of moisture in them. We're not pollinating really anymore, I don't think. Not a high pollination. There's still quite a few anthers on there, but I would have thought it was farther along. And what I'm seeing is pretty good growth, pretty nice ears. Seems like the stalks are maybe a little smaller than what I would like, but overall, really nice corn crop. And one thing I'm really seeing is like really nothing below the ear or above the ear for disease. I mean, you really can't find anything except some physoderma, maybe a little bit of bacterial leaf streak. So with that being said, this is sprayed with fungicide probably last week, so it's got a lot of protection moving forward. We should be able to make it to, you know, R3, R4 pretty easy, I would say, with nice green leaves and being able to really put those sugars in the kernels. Another thing I'm kind of seeing is in certain spots we're starting to see a little bit of firing on the leaves. It's a little bit different down the hill a little farther, but this is a gem trial, so we got anywhere from 34,000 to 40,000 population, 4 different hybrids. Not really seeing a whole lot of difference yet with ear size, but it is a good test of what we can push these hybrids to. One more thing I'm seeing is with the variation in, you know, planting conditions we had, and we kind of pushed it a little bit. Saw a lot of variability in how the crop came up and emerged, and we're starting to see that now with quite a bit of bounce in ear. So we got down here, it comes up, back down, come back up here, got one up quite a ways. Just a lot of bounce in ear, and usually that means the crop didn't emerge quite as evenly as we'd like. We'd like the crop to emerge within 12 to 24 hours. 12 is asking a lot, but 24 to 36 is a really good emergence timing. So with the crop at R1, R2, we've still got anywhere from 30 to 45 days, probably 55 until we get to full maturity and we start drying down. So we got till first week of September, somewhere in there. So we got a ways to go, and we need 50 to 75 pounds of N to make it there. Now, with all the rain we've gotten, some of it might have gone down. We need water to move that end to the roots from mass flow. So that's why we want to make sure in the future, if we do have some kind of problems with firing early season, maybe split your applications. Maybe put some up front, ammonia in the fall, side dress, try to mitigate that risk as much as we can. But for right now, we just need to keep an eye on it, and there's not a whole lot we can do at this point if we're going to be short, but just plan for the future. And if we haven't put fungicide on, fungicide will help with that stress mitigation moving forward and make the crop be as efficient as possible. So if you haven't put fungicide on, and in this heat, we need some stress mitigation. So start thinking about that, but overall, not too much disease and everything looks really good.